Morning everyone. I always sound like I have a vocal friend when we start these videos, but that's because it is 6:08 a.m. It's Thursday, May 15th. I told you guys we'd get back into a more consistent flow of uploading on YouTube, especially with summer coming around, and as we all know, this summer we are all so up. So yeah, we got a great day today. I've got an hour-and-a-half bike on the Velaway, the super new bike course that I don't think I've ever shown before, very new. And then after that, since we are geared more towards marathon training, my runoff is 10 miles, a little bit of a longer runoff, so I'm gonna actually take it like extremely easy. And I know I've said that every single time I've biked at the Velaway, but since I'm running 10 miles, I'm actually gonna try. But after that, and the reason why I wanted to record today, because I know Gavin and I usually record a lot of Thursdays, and I wanna try and do different days of the week, but I'm headed up to do PT at Helix with Jordan. And I did it last week, and I posted like a little Instagram story, and everyone was like, this is so cool, like, please share more about it. So it's like, Gavin, I need you to come along and help a brother out. So Gavin is here. I appreciate him very much. We're just kind of getting everything ready. I got my classic box of stuff for biking and running. Got my shoes in here. Gonna put my fuel in here, headband, helmet, sunglasses, heart rate monitor, chain lube, everything else. I don't know what shoes I'm gonna run in yet today for the runoff itself. That's just gonna be up for grabs. Maybe the Zoom Flies, honestly, because it's 10 miles and I kind of want a little like when I'm running. But I also just had my entire house deep clean, so I'm trying to like very hard to pick up all the little crumbs. Thank you very much. You know, with my house getting clean, I also got a new welcome mat. It's cute. It's a little brighter, a little cleaner, says hello on it. But Gavin and I were talking ACL, October 3rd to 5th. Going through the lineup, and I was running him through all the people I want to see, so I'm going to share it with everyone else. Let's see. I have them all written down right here. Okay, Friday is Hosier, Cage the Elephant, Dylan Gossett, Luke Combs, Empire of the Sun. Saturday is The Strokes, The Backseat Lovers, Joe, Olivia Dean. Sunday, John Summit, T-Pain, because why not? Rainbow Kitten Surprise, Disco Lines, Passion Pit, Fantagram. Good Neighbors is actually on Friday. I love Good Neighbors. The song Home is my favorite song of all time, so the fact that I get to see that live is really cool. But ACL, phenomenal. If you live in Austin, or if you don't, you should go. It's the best weekend ever. But that's like in months away. We're only focused on right now. We gotta lock in. I got like a probably 3-hour brick workout to do, which in my mind doesn't feel that bad, but I'll probably be pretty taxed afterwards. I'm the man who can't be moved. Is it pre-brick workout fuel? I just had a Go Bar. Now I'm gonna do 1 scoop of G1M. Lemon lime. Lemon lime is the best flavor. If you disagree, argue with a wall. But 1 scoop lemon lime, and then 1 scoop of this product that I'm gonna need Gavin to blur out. But I can't talk about it yet. I'm like hold it and like have my back to you guys. It's really good. I think the official launch date for it is June 2nd. I'm a massive fan of it. It's actually very helpful. That makes it sound like it's an illegal substance. I swear it's entirely normal. I don't know, it's a good product. I can't share anything because I feel like I'm gonna be the guy to leak something, and I don't want to be that guy. But having a scoop of it before your workouts, prime. Welcome to the Velaway. It is 6:52 a.m. Like I said, we're gonna start off with an hour-and-a-half bike. So to fuel for that, I have 2 bottles, each filled with 4 scoops of G1M. So that's about, 80 grams of carbs and 1,400 milligrams of sodium. I've actually added a scoop of electrolytes to one of these to get a little bit more, because that's where I think I went wrong with Ironman Texas. I think I consumed too little sodium for how much I sweat, especially as it's getting hotter out. I just want to be mindful of that. So I added 500 milligrams of sodium to that, and I'm also having a caffeinated Go Gel, so that's 24 grams of carbs, 75 milligrams of caffeine. That's going to be the on the bike fueling, and then immediately after that, I'm going to take a pickle juice shot and have a Go Gel before I start running, and then at probably like mile 5 or 6, I'm going to have another Go Gel of the runoff. So we should be pretty well fueled for this. This is definitely the biggest component of triathlon training that I need to get down is the fueling, because I feel like I said, that's where I went wrong in Texas. So if I can learn now, just start incorporating better changes, into my training plan. That's how we'll get better. It's not too bad of a day out too. Like if you look up at the clouds, it's kind of cool to see everything moving. It's pretty chill right now. Ooh, that girl just fell. I'm sure as the hour and a half goes on, we'll see a little bit more people. But we're gonna try something, and Gavin doesn't even know this is a thing. I'm just gonna say to him right now, let's do this like not edited, like raw audio, no sound, no music. The sights and sounds of the Velaway. Let's do it. I took that whole last lap super easy because I wanted to try and like get it perfectly in line. And I think my finishing time, 1 hour, 30 minutes and 1 second. Are you joking? But that ride was super chill. Average heart rate was 138. Exactly what I wanted it to be, because now we have a 10-mile runoff, so I didn't want to push anything. Like on this ride, especially on like some of the inclines and whatnot, I was like, I was myself. I'm like, push or pull back a little bit. And I went with pull back for most of them. So hopefully this run goes well. Went through all my fuel, everything went according to plan. Quick change, hit the road. More basketball hoop. Stay right here. Pan it, pan it, pan it, pan it. Alright, cool. I'll see you guys at the end. Hour and a half bike, hour 26 run. I think one thing I gotta learn with this being like a longer brick workout, usually my runoffs are like 6 to 8 miles. 10 miles is quite a bit. This should be electrolytes and I should have another gel. So constantly learning more about fueling. Like I said, that's the biggest component of triathlon training that I'm still yet to get down, but honestly feeling so great after that. A lot of activity right there, a lot of calories burnt. It's 10:15, go home, grub, and we got PT at 12. So the first 30 minutes, actually, I'm not even gonna explain PT right now. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm so thirsty. I think I'm gonna chug this whole bottle in like 3 seconds, but great start to the day, as always. It's an absolute privilege to call this my life and my job, so I don't mind working really hard at it. This is Gavin's drink. Gavin put me on. We got vanilla sweet cream cold foam, honey blend syrup, 3 pumps. It's a grande iced matcha latte, and it honestly tastes really good. Post run, what we're gonna do: a lot of water, a lot of sodium, 1 and 2. I'm gonna have a protein shake and a banana while I'm cooking. I'm gonna do 3 whole eggs, 3 egg whites, a bagel and a half, and then half an avocado, a cottage cheese as well. So a lot of food, but like realistically speaking, I probably just burnt around 2,600 calories, active calories. So total calories probably close to 3,000 in that session right there. So I gotta just make sure I get as close to that back in what I'm consuming prior to PT. I've got probably like 40 minutes before we gotta head out. So, speed cook, speed eat. Look how cute come on, look how beautiful they are. This morning they were not like this. This is gonna make a beautiful bouquet. She's gonna love it. Let's go. Here you go, open wide. It gets at 42.
The one I was on.
I just go 5 minutes. Sweating. Like after we worked out last week and I was like,
No, it's not.
did you want me to? I'm going to. Jordan.
It might be a must.
Yeah, one way to get better. Yeah, it's huge, dude.
Huge.
There are hundreds of videos of people just like training for triathlons, running, biking, swimming, lifting.
Check out my profile.
And you have
Actually though, the education on tempering or heavy rolling basically came from the real research of foam rolling. I don't know if y'all ever like looked into the articles or research where they would take like mice and have like heavy weights rolling on muscle or tissue, and then basically look at that tissue under scope. But that's where foam rolling kind of came from. But what they did was they left out the amount of weight it actually needs. So a lot of times when you foam roll, you don't put a lot of weight on it. So basically this is similar to the effects of foam rolling, decreasing the muscle tension, but just with an appropriate weight for it to actually make a real effect. You need to fill water. Anything, should be good. I got it. Yeah, so basically dynamic warm-up wise, one thing that we've looked at is in his hips. He kind of will cramp up a little bit just from a mobility standpoint. So each day we're working on just getting his hips moving in a more dynamic nature rather than your typical kind of like stand, stretch, things like that. Last one. Nice.
That's fun. Yeah, knee work.
I know you started moving at the end. I thought you were saying so.
I thought I was, but yeah, you start getting into that.
I was like, I gotta move too.
Jordan Tittle, Instagram, owner of Helix, phenomenal human being. Clinic is in
Kind words, kind words.
Dripping Springs, Texas.
Springs, yeah.
If you're in the area, come check it out. The absolute place. It's only gonna get cooler from here. He even told me he's painting a massive mural of me right on that wall. So a few months, that's gonna be ready. See, Jordan and I like this.
Lot. He
just
literally,
like this. Like Jordan and I are just gonna be like this. That's the mural right there. Beautiful.
I gotta work on it, you know. No, that's the first thing he said when he came in here. He goes, you know what you need? You need a picture of like me on the wall. And I'm like,
I said of athletes that you work with, for example, me. All right, there's a difference. There's a difference.
it was worded a little bit more professionally.
And other news, Jordan is having a baby soon. So go wish him best of luck.
July 19th, baby girl.
So excited. Great day so far. I had to go home, eat more food, go pick up my wife. Someone had to say.
Yeah.
Wow. Get out of here.
Wow.
Get out of here. Wow.
Good. So, I have been living in Austin for officially over a year now. May 17th of 2024, I moved into this exact house. I'll throw up a photo right here of young me a year ago. No mustache, I look so different. I graduated from college May 10th, and I took 5 days to sell my couch, my mattress, my bed frame, my desk, and I packed all my clothes and my bike, which is set up on the trainer right behind me, and I drove from LA to Austin. There's literally a video of me making that drive. It's the first video of like the Luke's Life series is me coming down here, and that was 30 episodes ago. I know I've probably shared this story a little bit, but there are so many people constantly watching these videos and so many new faces, so I kind of like to reflect on it, especially considering that I've been here for a year now, and I could just not be more appreciative of every single opportunity that I've had because I decided to make that decision to leave, to go somewhere that was new, to be someone new in this new environment. I feel like a lot of people get very much so caught up in how they think they're supposed to be in respect to others in environments that they may grow up in or environments that they may go to school in or work in. But if you turn inward and have a conversation with yourself and reflect, like, is the person that I'm being truly the version of myself that I want to be? That's where the truth comes out. That's where you're able to look inwards and ask yourself, like, am I in the right environment? Because truly, you are absolutely a product of your environment. And I remember there were many times in college where I felt very much so out of place. And that's not to say I had such amazing friends and I had, a great experience at USC. But in wanting to do something different out of the norm, I felt like a lot of times I had to ostracize myself to be alone, because that's true. Like, when you're trying to do something different, you have to be comfortable being alone, and you have to be comfortable with people not always seeing like the bigger vision. And it took a lot for me to like look at my friends who were staying in LA, or look at my high school friends that live in New York, and I love visiting those guys. They all out rock. But to be the one to be like, no, like, I'm gonna go here. Like, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna be in Austin. It was a weird feeling, and it was hard to explain to a lot of people. It was hard to explain that I wanted to live alone after sharing a room with my two older brothers for 18 years and having roommates living in a fraternity house in college, and then coming to a new city. I was lucky enough to have Ian here, and I was lucky enough to have people that I knew here, but like to live alone and to like really put myself out there. I am so happy that I did that, and I genuinely encourage every single person to do so, to like really take a step outward and be like, let's try it. Let's try something new, because at the end of the day, like, you can always move back to somewhere. Like, if you move somewhere, if you try something new, if you start a new position, it's just like nothing is truly ever that permanent. You always can go back, but you don't know how good something is until you give it a try. And I was on a run over the weekend just reflecting about like, wow, like, I've really been here for a year. It feels like I've been here for so long, but at the same time, this past year flew by. And I ran past this one guy, and he was so excited to see me. Like, literally, him and I are jumping up and down, like screaming, like, ah! Like, it was such a funny experience. And he was just so grateful to see me. He's like, dude, like, you motivate me to do marathons. Like, just like, keep up the great work. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And a little bit more down the line, I'm running, and this guy steps in, like, a little bit in front of me, steps in my way, and he gives me like a big flex. So like, in my mind, I'm like, I gotta flex back this guy. So I flex a little bit, and he comes and he gives me like a big hug, and he's like, I'm so proud of you, like, keep up the great work, man. And I'm here like, what is going on right now? Like what did I do to get so lucky to live the life that I live? And I really, like, at the end of the day, all it's come down to that I reflect about in like the past 5 years of my life, because 2020 and COVID is when I like really started to like focus more on myself. Like my team sports in high school, I was a senior in high school, my rugby season got canceled. So I was like, okay, every bit of working out that I had known prior to that was entirely for like team sports, was entirely for, that type of competition. What happens if I start focusing on myself? What happens if, my priority becomes getting into good shape for me? And from
you know, April of 2020 up until now, May of 2025, these past 5 years, it's been, you know, a very slow build to the person, both physically, mentally, hell, even spiritually and emotionally that I am today. Like every single thing that I reflect upon those past 5 years, even in the moments of extreme stress, of, you know, absolute depression, I credit the person that I am today entirely because of every single experience that I've gone through in the past. And in reflecting on that, and I'm not allowing for anything to permanently hold me down, that is what has been what allowed me to grow, to mature, to be in this position. Like I truly am so happy with what I'm doing right now. And I'm so aligned, I think, with the person that God wants me to be. And that fills me with so much absolute joy. Like, I can't express enough how many times throughout the day I say, life is so beautiful, or oh, I'm so grateful for it. Like, it's like sometimes people might even think I'm being sarcastic with how much I say, but no, it comes from just a true, genuine appreciation for the life that I live and for the experiences that I have, and the fact that I get to go for a run and people are smiling at me and waving at me, and the fact that I get to go up to BPN and see all these amazing people, and that I get to read all these such just like the kindest comments. Someone commented on my Instagram post, and I sent it to my mom because it blew my mind, but it was this father, and he was just like, keep up the great work. I let all my boys know about you. They're 7, 4, and 1. Like, the fact that I am privileged enough to be in a position that fathers think that I am capable enough to be a positive role model for their young children is mind-boggling. And it is something that I just will never take for granted. And it's a big reason. I know during the Q&A someone asked this, but it was just like, does having a social media platform make you like do more and work harder? And the answer is yes, but not in the way that it's just like, oh, I want more attention. There's a really good quote, which is, you don't climb a mountain for the world to see, you climb a mountain to see the world. And that's how I look at this. Like, I'm not doing anything right now because I'm trying to blow up and get the most amount of followers and be the most popular person. It's no, like, I am documenting my life to show people that you can climb this mountain, that it is totally on you, that you don't need anything, you don't need any support. Like the support that you create is entirely up to you. The life that you live is entirely up to you. You are gonna face people that are gonna criticize you. You're gonna face people that support you entirely. You're gonna face really tough challenges. You're gonna face really great victories. There is so much that occurs in life if you are willing to step out and experience it. And that has been entirely the theme of this past year of my life. It's how much are you willing to experience life? How much are you willing to try and see if it is possible? It's not always going to work out exactly how you want to, but it's always going to work out exactly how it's intended to. And that has left me with so much peace as a human being, as an athlete, as a content creator, as a business owner. Like, no matter what I'm doing in this life, I am at peace with who I am, because I know that everything in my life, everything this past year is happening exactly how it's supposed to. And that is such a freeing feeling. And I really hope that every single one of you can have that same feeling. But with all that being said, I just want to say a massive thank you once again for all of the growth over the past year. We just hit 50,000 subscribers, which is nuts, because I swear that Q&A video for 40,000 wasn't that long ago. And to think like a year ago, I was at like maybe like 15 or 14,000 subscribers, you know, and like obviously the objective measurement of how many people subscribe to me on YouTube, like it's not like anything profound, but it's cool to see just how many people want to like check in on me and be like, what's Luke up to? Like that's something that I appreciate a lot. And I know I was just saying, like, it's not about how many people follow me, but I genuinely don't look at people like as like subscribers or fans or I think it's just like people supporting me. And that's why like I love talking to anyone who, you know, takes the time and effort to say hi to me, or, you know, that's why I try and respond to as many DMs as possible, because people put so much effort into supporting me that like the least I could do is like put effort into supporting that, you know, just that reciprocation factor. And I want to do that for everyone, and I really am like hoping that one day I could put on some type of like event or like a charity thing that people can all contribute to like a greater common good, because that's at the end of the day what this is all for. Like right now I look at these like ending bits of my YouTube of like me being able to just talk to the camera and share like my thought process with everything. I look at that as an avenue of trying to provide support for other individuals that like, hey, like maybe we do share a lot of like similar thoughts or perspectives, and like just giving you that reassurance that like you aren't alone in like whatever you are facing. But I hope that down the line I can do more good for, you know, just contribute to the common good in a greater fashion. But for now, I'm going to continue to be the 22-year-old that I am, and not try and rush life, but to like live it exactly how it's supposed to be. So with all that being said, a massive thank you to you all once again for everything that you've done for me, for everything that you've blessed me with. So beyond grateful for this past year, so beyond grateful for this life. Code HOP for BPN. The new product is going to be dropping June 2nd. Hopefully I don't botch that one. Code HOP10 for Gymshark, and then Inner Flame training plans, coaching, all linked down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much once again for all of the support, all of the love. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.